Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel, Fit Life, Fit Me. I haven't been on the vlog for a little bit. This prep has been crazy, no excuses, but I just haven't really had much time to have a camera in my hand. But today is Saturday. It is September 21st, and it is the first day of peak week for me, for my first show. I'm so excited. So I was just gonna take you guys through my day. I've been getting lots of questions about what my diet has changed, what in my cardio has changed, what in my training has changed. So I'm gonna take you guys along. I'm hitting a workout in this morning, and then I'm gonna go run a few errands, get my nails done, and then I'm gonna sit down and really talk about prep, talk about how I've been doing through this prep. That's something that a lot of people have been wanting. So I'm gonna walk you guys through like my macro changes, and I actually had a coaching change in there. So I'll kind of just walk you guys through it, especially if you aren't familiar with NPC bikini. I guess I should have started with that. I'm prepping for my first NPC bikini show. Super psyched about it. Anyways, I'm gonna walk you guys through all of that later. First gonna do this classic vlog style, and I'll see you guys at the gym.
I'm so good at pretending, keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending. Spending time like it was going backwards. Bruises covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter. Not working out for me, yeah. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright. Even laughing at the jokes you tell me. Keep myself inside the lines, needing tidy all the time. If you ask me, I am fine. Got no money on my mind. Repeating patterns like the others. Meditation through the yoga lessons. Going greener by the minute. Soon I can't wear any other colors. Bruises covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter.
All right, so I'm back from the gym. I just did a quick shower, put my hair up, messy bun. What is it, like high bun, high motivation? That's me. Or like stand tall and be a pineapple. I guess that's more me. Anyways, I am off to run a few errands, and then I'm gonna make breakfast right now. Yeah, I'm gonna make breakfast before I go do errands. It's really quick, and my breakfast is pretty boring, but I will show you guys anyway. So here we go. All right, just kidding. I decided I don't have time because I have an appointment at 10:45. So I don't have time to do breakfast right now, but I'm just gonna make my coffee. I use my Keurig, obviously, if you guys can probably hear it. But I do 3 Keurig cups, and I do cinnamon, dolce, I do graham, and toffee nut, all in one, and it is so good. And I drink it black. So especially on peak week, no artificial sweeteners, no sugars of that sort. Wow, my shoulders look really intense right there. So none of that. So literally just straight black coffee. Awesome, now I am off. I'm going to get a wax and going to go to the grocery store probably. So I'll walk you guys to the grocery store, but not the wax. Can't come along for that. So yeah. Alrighty, I'm back. In this video, it's gonna be like me talking. Alright, bye guys, and now I'm gonna be like, hi guys, and you wouldn't even know that I left or that the day has passed. But I just got back. I actually didn't go grocery shopping. I just went to my wax appointment and I got so hungry. I was drinking my black coffee and I was like, I need to get home. I need to eat breakfast. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my breakfast today. One of the things with peak week is that I'm reducing fibrous veggies. So I tend to eat high volume of like lots of zucchini. So I'm trying to cut that out this week. So I'm gonna have actual oats in my protein oatmeal. Usually it's just straight zucchini and kind of boring. And then I'm gonna do Legendary Foods peanut butter, almond butter. But you guys will see that all. So I'm gonna head right now to the kitchen to go start that. Let's go. All right, prep brain is real, y'all. I have my oats in the microwave right now, but pretty much what I did was I did 60 grams of quick oats, 100 grams of egg whites, and half a serving of my Arbonne chocolate protein. No additional sweeteners, no salt added. Usually I put some salt and sweetener in it, but I'm just gonna do that, and I'm going to top it with my absolute favorite thing in the entire world, which is Legendary Foods almond butter. This flavor is literally to die for. I could eat the whole thing. So, yeah. But I'll show you guys when it's out of the microwave. So that's pretty much what it looks like. That's all what I used. Looks so good.
I'm so good at pretending. Keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending. Spending time like it was going backwards. Bruises covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter.
Alright, so I'm headed to go get my nails done. I'm gonna go get some competition nails. Probably just because I don't have time later this week to do it. So I'll let you guys see what I end up getting. I'm gonna get a nice mani-pedi. Also, it's just an easy way for me to kind of like get my mind off of food, and I'm like feeling really tired right now, but I didn't want to just like lay in the house, so just trying to get out mostly. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the nail salon.
Looking out for me, yeah. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright. Even laughing at the tricks you tell me. Keep myself inside the lines, leaving tidy all the time. If you ask me, I am fine. Got no money on my mind.
Really quick. It's gonna be the most boring grocery haul in the entire world. I think I'm literally getting chicken and it's not called chili down, lamb down. That's all. But anyways, I'll bring you guys along for that. So yeah, here we go.
Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter. Not working out for me, yeah. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright. Even laughing at the tricks you tell me. Keep myself inside the lines, leaving tidy all the time. If you ask me, I am fine. Got no money on my mind. if I keep feeling like I'm missing something.
So, cheese, chicken, and zucchini, and that's literally it. And I'm by like the gallon waters. I might get one of these to bring to work and be that person. It's just easier when you know that like what you have in your hand is 1 gallon. You have to finish it instead of refilling water like 10 times, you know? I'm gonna get one. Alright, so I just made my lunch, but it is, what time? It's like 5:30. But here's what I'm eating. So here, I'll flip it around and show you guys. This is pretty much, it is 6 ounces of that chicken that I showed you at the grocery store, 30 grams of chopped tomatoes and 30 grams of onions, and then 1 chili cow light Swiss cheese. Yum, 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 yum. I'm making 2 1/4 ounces of chicken right now. I just had some extra protein to fill, and that is all that's gonna work in there. Plus I'm still hungry, so I won't complain about extra chicken. So yeah, gonna eat that too. So my last meal of the day is gonna be one of these English muffins. I just toasted it, and 4 ounces of chicken, and of course I'll top it with mustard. So alright, so I'm actually out of mustard, so I'm gonna use hot sauce, but
Using the hot sauce.
looks good.
Did you use one of my chicken breasts?
No, I bought like a shit ton of chicken.
This one?
So that is what it'll look like, pretty much. My nice replica of a chicken sandwich tonight. Alright, so now is officially the part of the vlog that I'm sure a lot of you guys kind of came to this vlog for, aka the prep update. And if I'm being honest, like I kind of put off doing this part because I'm struggling trying to put it into the correct words. And so I'm just gonna be honest and real with you guys about everything. I mean, that's always how I am, but all right, let's start from the beginning. And I won't make this super long, but I just want to be upfront about my prep experience now that I'm sitting 6 days away, a week away from my first show. Pretty much have completed 21 weeks of dieting, of prep, and in that is essentially measuring every single thing that goes into my body, counting every single calorie, macro, minute of cardio, ounce of water, hour of sleep. Like, so much goes into this, guys, and I really want to start first and foremost and tell you guys, like, in no way, shape, or form is competing for everybody. And if you're thinking about competing, realize, number one, that the reason to compete is not to lean out, is not to lose some weight and get in great shape and like look toned and get abs. If those are your reasons, stop. Don't look any further into competing, because it's not as glamorous as just that. There needs to be a deeper reason for you to compete. For me, my reason for competing is, and actually starting like about 3 years ago, I decided to prep for a show. I never competed, but I guess I'll get to that in the story. Anyways, 3 years ago, I thought that I had all the right reasons to compete. I had finally retired out of Division I college gymnastics. I had to find fitness for my own self. So I finally found like happiness and excitement in the gym. I was seeing great results, and it was kind of like a faddish trend to do bikini competitions, and I had seen it all over Instagram. This was about the same time that I created my Instagram as well, so that is kind of what I was seeing. I was seeing girls with abs, girls with sparkly suits and tans and pretty makeup in sparkly heels, and they looked great. They had nice toned arms, and I was like, you know what? That's what I have to do. That's the next step in my fitness journey, and that is the reason why I decided 3 years ago to compete. So I looked into getting a coach, found like the first coach that I came across who did not have much experience. I was started on a plan at like 900 calories, like 2 hours of cardio a day, and it was terrible. I was doing a cookie cutter meal plan, and at the time I was vegetarian, so my meals literally were like tofu and rice, and then like a protein shake with water. Like, it was terrible. And I made it 8 weeks into prep and was so emotionally, physically, mentally drained that like literally even my friends and family were like, this is not healthy, this is not good. And because I didn't have a deeper reason to compete, because it was only that superficial, I want to look good, it meant nothing to me. It was just fucking hard, and it was not fun, and it was terrible. It was terrible. So I ended up stopping my prep, didn't go through with it. I told my coach like, hey, not gonna finish. Anyways, fast forward to, I mean, ever since then, I've continued to follow bikini competitors, physique competitors, just people in the competition world, in NPC world, bodybuilding world, and I have developed personally so much, like I've gone through so much personal development in myself, in my fitness aspirations, in my life goals, in like overall just growth, I guess. And I kind of came to a point about a year ago, and I realized that I wanted to compete, and that my reasons for competing were because coming from a background of being a Division I gymnast and an athlete for my entire life, I love competing. I am such a competitor, and I love working towards something, putting effort in, putting work in, putting everything into something to reach a goal. So I knew that about myself. I also realized that at the time when I first tried prepping, I was a college student, so, you know, wasn't really a great point of my life to do a competition, and that was just for me. I mean, I know there are plenty of college girls out there that are competing and freaking crushing it and killing it, but it wasn't a great time for me. I realize now that my goals are so centered around kind of like my life development, my personal development, and I decided that a bikini competition would fit exactly into what I wanted to do. I love challenging myself, stepping outside of my comfort zone. I really wanted to put 110% effort into myself and in my body to see my results. I want to get into the competition world, and so that's kind of why I started it. Obviously, being lean and abs and sparkly suits, that is all great too, but it's so much deeper now, and I think first and foremost, that is so important to realize that there should be a deeper reason behind competing, because it is freaking hard, y'all. It is hard, it is challenging, it's gonna push you to your limits, it's tiring, it is emotionally draining, it's physically draining, it's gonna have an effect on your social life, it's gonna have an effect on your family and your friends. It literally will rock your world, and if you're not prepared for that, and if all you're doing it is for the abs, it's gonna be a terrible experience. So first and foremost, I want you guys to know that. Anyways, when I decided that I wanted to compete, I started researching coaches, like all of the coaches. And so I ended up, you know, finding a few that I got on calls with them, I got on FaceTimes, and I started realizing that I wanted a coach that aligned well with my goals, that was gonna push me and be there for me and support me and what I wanted to do. And beyond that, I wanted a coach that would support me beyond just my show. So I didn't want somebody that would be like, okay, here's 12-week plan, follow this, and then peace. Because the post-show reverse diet is so important, and so many people don't realize that. There is a way to strategically increase carbs, increase fats, increase your calories slowly and methodically, yeah, that is a word, and do so that you can, yes, you're gonna gain back weight after the show, you're gonna gain fat, but you're also gonna gain muscle, and my goal is to compete again. Like, I want this to be a thing. I've honestly, truly enjoyed these last 21 weeks. It's been hard, like I said, I've struggled, but it doesn't mean that I hate it. It's kind of like, love the struggle. There's a saying like that. But anyways, so research, found a coach, started with that coach, decided that, you know, 22 weeks of prep would be about right for me based off of what I wanted to do. I realized that I didn't want to just walk into a show and be half-assed. I didn't want to just do a 12-week plan, shed a little bit of fat. I wanted to go in with my best damn package that my body could bring for this point of my life. So decided on 22 weeks of prep, and I started. So now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my macros, my nutrition, because this is one of the biggest questions I get asked is, what do you eat while you're on prep? What do your macros look like? What do your foods look like? And I've shared a few, I think a multiple full days of eating here on my YouTube channel. You guys have seen, you know, a high carb day, you've seen a regular day, you've seen the desserts that I make, you see my recipes, so, and I share a lot of that on my Instagram as well, but I don't share my personal numbers because it's so important for you guys to realize that my numbers, my macros, are so unique to me. If you're not familiar with macros, essentially, every single body processes carbs, fats, and proteins, you know, the same way, but every single body has different metabolic rate, you have a different weight, you have different goals, you have a different history, you have different resting metabolic rate, you have different activity level. So even if, you know, you are also 5'4" and my same weight, my same age, that doesn't mean that you're gonna have the same macros as me. So that is why I never give out my macros, because I don't want you guys to think, oh, that's what Annie's doing, that's what I have to do. No way, shape, or form is that what this is. And I want you guys to know that. I never want to give off the interpretation and like the misconception that I'm telling you guys that you need to do this. Not the case. Every single body, and I did an 8-month reverse diet before I actually started my prep, so that is why I started off with relatively higher carbs, because I haven't been doing it for that long. I mean, there are competitors out there that have obviously been doing this for years, and their metabolic rate, they've trained it to be able to handle lots of carbs and fats and calories, so that when they are prepping and they do have to drop that, their maintenance level is higher. Therefore, when they decrease, it's not like you're surviving on nothing, if that makes sense. Anyways, so when I first started, I started at about 250 grams of carbs, and I think 67 or 70 grams of fat, and 135 grams of protein. Those were my starting macros, and I did that for about 2 weeks, and pretty much every 3 weeks I was changing up macros. It wasn't that often at the beginning, but slowly, a little bit slowly, you're decreasing your intake, and that's totally to be expected. The whole thing is, you know, in order to burn fat, you need to be in a caloric deficit, and your body adjusts. So after a week or two, your body's gonna adjust to that intake, and you're gonna have to decrease again. And that is fine. You know, there are different methods to go about it. So each week I had a refeed, a calculated refeed. So that means one day a week I was having a calculated increase in carbs and fats. And that was just so that, you know, I wasn't just constantly decreasing my intake. That, you know, by doing that, you're letting your body know, hey, I'm not starving you, don't worry. So you don't go into that starvation mode sort of thing. That's a whole different story. Anyways, in the last 21 weeks, my numbers went from what I just said now to I'm in prep week, now to I'm in peak week. My macros are sitting at 90 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat, and 120 grams of protein. So, again, I'm not advising you. Actually, I'm doing the opposite. I'm advising you not to follow that. That is very specific to my body. That is very specific to this prep, to the amount of cardio I'm doing, the amount of training I'm doing, to the fact that I'm 1 week out from a show. Stage lean is not life lean. It's not maintainable. Don't try to be on those macros. Guys, I beg you, do not try to do that. Do not try to replicate that. And I've done it at a calculated rate. You know, I didn't just bam, start with 90 grams of carbs. That's terrible. Anyways, that's where I'm sitting right now. How has that affected me in life? So honestly, guys, I have not realized how important carbs are to your mental ability and emotional ability to do life. Prep brain is a real thing. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of that, but pretty much I literally cannot remember something unless I write it down. I just can't. It just leaves me. And my emotional ability. So I have been so emotional these last few weeks, especially now that carbs are getting lower. And this is the lowest that they will go. So 90 grams is the lowest. You should really never be below that, I don't think. And especially if you're not prepping for a show. But anyways, it's affected me emotionally and mentally for sure. It's definitely hard to concentrate on something, and it's hard to have the energy. I mean, this has drained my energy a lot. I mean, this last week, all I want to do is sleep, which is fine. Your body needs sleep too. And I'm still doing really intense workouts. So that, you know, when I'm doing a workout that burns 900 calories, but my intake is only about, you know, 1,200 calories, that's gonna be hard to get through the rest of your day, you know? So it has affected me for sure. And this is because it's an intense sport, guys. I am preparing to compete. I am not just living life like this. This isn't a way to achieve balance, you know? This is because I am an athlete preparing for a very specific sport, very specific type of competition. So I really just like hope that gets across to you guys. Cardio wise, a lot of people have been asking, like, what are you doing cardio wise? I started off doing a lot of HIIT, high intensity interval training, and that's the majority what I was doing at the beginning. I wasn't doing anything crazy. It was literally like 5 minutes a day, doing some HIIT sprints. That lasted about 12 weeks, and then I transitioned into more LISS training, which is low intensity steady state cardio. I was doing running, so it was just straight running, slow, like not like trying to run for time or anything, just a light jog. That is really good. LISS is really good for fat burn. Having your heart rate slightly elevated and maintaining that is really important for fat loss. So that's what I have been doing now. Now I do stair steppers. So my cardio has gone from, you know, 5 minutes of HIIT every day, or it was really like 4 or 5 days a week, to now I'm sitting 1 week out and I'm doing 45 minutes of stair stepper 5 times a week. And yeah, it's fasted. So I don't eat before I do it. I don't eat before I work out ever, just because I work out at like 4 a.m. So I'm not hungry. So it's all fasted, which means, yeah, it's fucking hard. Like, some days I really don't want to do it. Some days I don't want to get on the stair stepper. But you know what? It's because I set a goal and there are no options, and this is what I'm doing. And I put myself in this position because, you know, I want to do this. So it's a non-issue. It is difficult. It is hard. It's a struggle. Nobody wants to do 45 minutes of cardio ever, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The last thing I guess would be training wise. So what does my lifting look like? It has remained pretty consistent with what I started with. My Fit Life Fit Me workouts are pretty much what I'm doing. I am getting my training from my coach, who is Lauren First and Dylan Bear Aesthetics. They're amazing. I actually had a coaching switch, so I didn't start off with them. But anyways, I'm getting my training from them right now just so that I can have a specific plan. But my lifting, it hasn't really changed much. My workouts are still pretty intense, still trying to go as heavy as possible, never trying to just do that lightweight, always try to go as heavy as possible. Now I guess I can touch on the coaching switch. So a lot of people have been asking me about this, and I'm not gonna say anything negative because there's nothing negative involved, but I started off with a coach who was great, not saying he wasn't. I realized about 16 weeks in that it wasn't really the coaching that I needed for my goals. And I needed a little bit more communication, I needed a little bit more responsiveness, and I wasn't getting that with my original coach. So I decided to take it upon myself to reach out to other coaches. And I found Dylan and Lauren through Instagram. They're amazing, and their team is just, being a part of the Bear Aesthetics team, the BA team, has been amazing, like so much fun. I have felt so supported and so loved and so communicated with, and that's really important for me. I think it's really important, especially going into my first show. I just wanted to know like that the things I'm doing are correct, and that, you know, when things change, I can go to them and ask, is this okay? What's happening? I need advice, you know? And that's really important to have with a coach, is communication. I think that's like literally #1. So that is kind of the reason why I decided to switch. I decided to switch 6 weeks out from my first show, which is getting really close and not very typical, but I'm really, really happy that I did, and I'm loving the progress that I've seen. When I switched, we switched up a little bit, my macros, and that's when I made the switch to solely doing list cardio, which has helped me lean out a lot, I think. And everything else kind of remained the same. I mean, I added some supplements in there, but other than that, like, guys, it's been amazing. That kind of touches on that. I don't know, I really just wanted to sit down and really just talk about my prep experience. Overall, it has been an awesome learning experience. Yes, I've had nights where I cried because I was so tired, but I've also had nights where I go out and I am social and I hang out with friends. I drink water, lemon water. I've gone to like 4 weddings and remained on prep. I brought my own meals. I bring my own meals everywhere. It has really put me outside of my comfort zone, but it also taught me that I have the ability to set a goal, set a regimen, and stick to it. And that, I think, has been so awesome for me, just knowing that I have the confidence in myself now that when I set a goal, I can make it happen. And that's really awesome. And that's what I love about this sport, honestly, is just getting after it, the no excuses mentality, which I'm all about, and just finding the best version of yourself. That's been really a cool part of this journey for me. I definitely pushed past my limits of what I thought I could handle, and love doing that. I really do love doing that. And yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this. I really want to hit this show. My goals for this show, obviously everybody wants to place first. I'm trying to go in this show with no expectations. It would be really cool. It is a national qualifier, so if I place first, that means I would be nationally qualified. So then next year, when I do my next show, or next round of shows, I could compete in a national level show, which would be awesome. And then I have another show 2 weeks after this first one, and that's gonna be in Atlanta, and Really excited about that one because I think it'll allow me to take the changes and anything I want to change from my first show and implement that into my second show. I didn't want to go through 22 weeks of prep and be like, ah, shoot, I'm so mad that I screwed up my walk and my posing, and not have the ability to like take those changes and make them right away. So I really hope that second show, if I don't get a good placing on that first show, hopefully I'll be able to make the changes necessary for my second show and end up this season nationally qualified. That would be the goal. But honestly, it's just been a great experience, and right now I'm just super stoked about the food. After show, I'm gonna be doing a full vlog on that, so I won't even go into that. You guys will see my entire prep, not my entire prep, you'll see my entire show day, start to finish, so I'm pretty stoked about that. It's gonna be awesome. Anyways, guys, I'm pretty sure that kind of puts a little bow on it. That is that. If you guys have any other questions, comment in the section below. I will answer all your questions and maybe do another video on macros. I know I say that all the time, but I think it is something I should do. I am releasing a macro ebook for all you people that are interested in counting macros, just kind of giving you the basics, how to calculate your macros, how to start, you know, all of that. So that'll be released soon. If you guys aren't already, go ahead, follow me on Instagram, AnnieFitLifeFitMe. And if you guys aren't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and the thumbs up. And that's about it, guys. I love you all so much. Mwah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, bye.